During the campaign, there was a lot of talk by the governor about how Maine's environmental laws are damaging the economy, discouraging business from coming to Maine, and stifling employment. Like the old false choice that was foisted on us 40 years ago, the choice between pickrolls and payrolls, these cries of alarm are hogwash, utter foolishness. The opposite is true. These laws don't damage the economy, they enhance it. To repeal them or water them down wholesale would wreck it. The 63 so-called reform proposals, which were written by lobbyists for big out-of-state corporations, would do just that. We all want our rules and regulations to be implemented in an efficient, predictable, and fair manner, but we don't want or need rollbacks. I endorse this set of guiding principles being announced today. They should be kept in mind, firmly kept in mind, while assessing the merits of the present regulations. Thank you.
As one who has hired hundreds of employees over the past several years, I know that Maine has a special environment that's treasured by the people who work here. Spending time outdoors is a large reason why talented Mainers stay in the state instead of being lured to higher paying jobs outside the state of Maine. I'm concerned that regulatory reform done wrong could take away one of the reasons why people love to live and work in the state. I believe the guiding principles announced today can help legislature do just that. I urge the legislature to be cautious in tinkering with our Maine laws, and to be absolutely sure that the proposals that are enacted provide clear benefit to Maine people and Maine businesses, and are not driven by the needs of companies that do not have employees here in the state of Maine. Thank you.
Any lawmaker can look at these children and look at them in the eye and say, let's roll back. Environmental protection. Shame, shame, shame on them. Our environmental regulations are designed to protect our air, our water, our land, and our environment. Failure to do so damages our children and our grandchildren, while at the same time damaging our economy. Some of these regulations are potentially very damaging to our economy. God forbid, should any of these children ever be affected by air that's not clean or water that's not clean, it'll be an awful tragedy for all of us. It will also drive up the healthcare costs of every business in Maine, which are already way too high. I'm pleased to endorse this set of guiding principles for the legislature, particularly principle number 5, that says that any regulatory reform proposal must ensure continued protection of Maine's air, water, land, wildlife, and the good health of Maine people. Now that's what the public expects. That's what all the great people in this great hall are calling for. And that's what our lawmakers need to keep in mind throughout this legislative session. Thank you all.
My name is Suzanne Kelly. I'm a resident of Bangor and a member of the Maine Small Business Coalition. My husband Bob and I have owned and operated a small business, House Providers and Kelly Realty Management, for over 25 years. It makes no business sense and no sense for our state to loosen regulations that protect our environment, the clean air and water and the beautiful land that we've worked so hard to conserve, by weakening or overturning the legislation that has taken us decades to put in place. On a daily basis, my husband and I see the value of the environmental regulations that protect our natural resources. We see it in the attitudes of customers and tenants who come here from out of state. Many families, young professionals, and new business owners move here because of our clean air and water and beautiful parks and open space. When I hand a new tenant maps of city parks and hiking trails, or direct them to the Orono Bog Walk, their enthusiasm is palpable. It is this quality of place that is Maine's brand, and we need to protect it. Our lawmakers should only make changes in response to well-documented opportunities for process improvements. They should not legislate based on anecdotes. Both in the short and long term, the laws in place that protect our environment are the friend of small business and help our state grow in ways that benefit us all. Thank you.